What's going on, everyone? MetalBlade427 here, and I present to you Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Final Mix Remix. In the last episode, poor Sora's homeworld of the Destiny Islands got invaded by the Heartless, and they pretty much tore that planet a new one, mostly into many pieces. And we found ourselves here in the world between worlds that is Travers Town. So now that we're here, we're going to start exploring around and seeing if we can possibly find our friends Riku and Kairi. Hopefully they made it to the island as well. We obviously don't care about Wakatitas or Selfie. Wherever they ended up is wherever they ended up. But yeah, let's see what we can do in this new area. Before I set off on my little adventure, I do have to remember to equip the new ability that I got in the last episode, and that would be Slapshot. Rapidly striking enemies ahead of you occasionally deals critical damage. This is a really good technique to use at this early in the game, especially if you choose the shield, because that's when you get it. Sora will do this like upward golf swing, and occasionally will do critical damage, and you'll just see things explode out of nowhere when he does it. I might as well talk about this guy too. This is Sid, who first appeared in Final Fantasy VII in 1997. Owner of an accessory shop in Travers Town, a highly skilled engineer and first-rate pilot. When the Heartless invaded his world, he escaped to Travers Town on a gummy ship he built himself. He's an expert on gummy ships. So this Sid is the Final Fantasy VII version, and there has been a Sid in every version of Final Fantasy that has pretty much ever come out, whether it be the games, anime series, movies, tactics, things like that. Sid can be sometimes a playable character, whereas he was in Final Fantasy VII, or he is a support character, as he was, I believe, in 10. So he's a very familiar name in the Final Fantasy world, but he's a different character every time. And you gotta love it, everyone knows a Sid. I believe even the newer one's a female, right? Something like that, in 15? Whatever. On to the second district we go to actually try to find our friends. And that, boys and girls, is how a Heartless is made. Oh boy. Oh, we recognize these guys. It's those creatures from the island. So now that we're here on Travers Town, we are of course going to be fighting off some Heartless, and things are going to be a little bit different because now they're going to start dropping money, M-U-N-N-Y, the currency within this game. There are those little yellow and blue spheres that drop. Should recognize the green ones being the HP spheres. So every time you run over them, you'll be able to pick up the money, and you can see in the bottom left corner, well, not really the bottom left corner, above our command bar, it shows you how much money you pick up, and then it'll show you what your total money is after a while. So see, it went from 4 to 10, that shows us we have 10 money. So we're going to pick up 1, so now we're at 11. We're going to pick up 1, 2, 1. Now we picked up more than that, come on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it should jump to the number. There we go, 21. Also, notice the color of the command bar. Whenever it is blue, that enables you to open up your menu and do various other things. When it is red, you are in a combat situation. So that kind of tells you what your limitations are in terms of battle, depending on what color the command bar is. As I run around starting to clear out some Heartless, I realize that there's a chest up here that I really wanted. You're going to get an ability that gives you a high jump later, but until then, because I want this chest now, stand on this little light here, and you should be able to make the leap right on over. And inside of this box, we have a postcard. That's what, our 4th one? 5th one? Something like that? I don't know. We're going to be collecting a lot of postcards. Also, just to show you a little Easter egg type deal, you have the Mad Hatter. His shop is right there. So... it's just a random character to be thrown in Travers Town. So let's start looking at some of these buildings. Let's go into the hotel. Doesn't look like he's here. Keep looking. That's going to be the best I can do for a Donald Duck voice. His voice is so raspy and scratchy, I can't really do it. Anyway, inside of the hotel, there's really not much you can do here. You can look at a few paintings, the Midsummer Dawn, very nice. And then there's a lot of rooms here, each with their own theme. Some of these rooms you can't get into, other ones are completely closed off for a little bit later. So it's just an area to walk in and out of, and then to get that little cutscene of Donald and Goofy walking around town, the autumn dusk. Oh, hello. Paintings are great. Hello? Someone back there? Ding. Bellhop. Hello? Ding. Anything? Come on. Oh, there we are. Paintings are great. If you ever stay the night, try hitting the clock. Okay. Whatever. Sounds good. let's keep moving around Travers Town to get a little bit more of an idea of the layout of the place. Plus, we'll be getting a lot more of those funny scenes with Donald and Goofy in a very Scooby-Doo style fashion. We walk into a door and they just come out of the door that we were just in. So let's grab some of this. We're going to go into the Gizmo shop, but I'm just going to cut through the Gizmo shop because it's pretty annoying in there. And I'll show you what that looks like when we come back to Travers Town. Where is he? Leon! Man, I felt like those Heartless were never going to end, and I don't think they do inside the Gizmo shop. Anyway, on the other side here, we have a weird ladder that's kind of wobbly. I guess I can't climb it now. And if you try, you're not going to be able to. So you might as well just drop down into this little side alleyway here. And we have another door that we're going to go into that's very important. The Dalmatians house to start a side quest. And here comes Donald and Goofy right behind us. Oh. Not here either. This could take a while. The 99 puppies were lost amid the chaos of their world's destruction. Find them in various worlds. So this is pretty much going to be starting the side quest that involves the 101 Dalmatians. There are 33 chests with 3 puppies apiece in it, scattered amongst all the worlds within the game. And as you collect them, the parents, Pongo and Perdita, will give you gifts as you return to them their lost children. Now we have Pongo and Perdita right next to us. So let's go and look at them. Both of these characters made their first appearance in 101 Dalmatians back in 1961. Pongo is a brave and intelligent Dalmatian. With his mate Perdita, he looks after 99 puppies. Quick-witted, Pongo is an expert at escaping from tight spots. Perdita is a beautiful Dalmatian. Perdita will brave any dangers to protect her spotted charges. So Pongo's on the left with the red band, and Perdita has the blue one. And they look so sad because, as you can see, they have a huge house all to themselves. I don't know where the humans are. This is the piano in which their master played the song Cruella de Vil, etc. on. And as we collect the puppies throughout the game, they will be put into various rooms, and they'll be running around, playing, and all that stuff. And Pongo and Perdita will get happier and happier as we go on, because that means all their children will be returning to them slowly but surely. Now, a little known thing, and well, if you know the movies, you would know it, but they actually only have 15 puppies that belong to them. The other puppies were rescued from Cruella de Vil, and thus gave them the 99 little puppies in the house, and then with Pongo and Perdita, that added up to 101. And you'll be able to tell certain of the puppies, like there's Rolly in there, and then Patch and a few other ones that'll be very distinct as we find them. And they're, of course, within the first 15. As you open up a chest, it'll say, like, the numbered puppies and whatnot. Alright, here we are in the alleyway. There's a bunch of Heartless here. There's really not much else to do, so let me go and clear them out, and there's a few things for us to collect. Ah, there we go. We actually collected an item. That big red box was a Lucid Shard, an item used for synthesis. We won't be able to actually unlock the synthesis shop for quite a ways from now, but at least the enemies are going to start dropping the items that we need. Hopefully we'll be able to synthesize a bunch of items right off the hop, because they're very useful. Trust me, very useful. Alright, with all the Heartless cleared out of the back alleyway here, we might as well take this time to start collecting some chests that are in the area. There's 3 visible chests, but the third one will not be able to get yet. We won't have the means in order to get that until a little bit later. Even with the high jump ability, you're not going to be able to get over the boxes. Now, you probably could be able to with jumping on from box to box, but it's really not worth it right now. So we have one box over here that has a potion. I probably could take those boxes and stack them on top of each other in order to get up and over those crates there, but honestly, as I said before, it's like a whatever thing. You want to take the time to do it, by all means, have fun. Otherwise, just use Sora and his nimble abilities, because he's able to pull himself up and turn in midair, apparently, and still pull himself up on a ledge using one hand with no problems whatsoever. And we have one more chest. That is a potion in it. Very good. So, using these items now, having these items in our inventory will be very useful for us in the upcoming battles, because those are our only means of healing ourselves, outside of the enemies dropping the HP balls. But once you're fighting a boss, that doesn't really happen that often. Alright, so these Heartless are pretty much just going to keep spawning over and over and over again. If you want to run around and maybe level up a little bit, collect some money and whatnot, by all means go for it. but I am going to take this time to run back to Sid and tell him about our findings, because he did say he would help us. He would do what he can in order to help us find our friends, and we are being attacked by all these crazy shadow things, and I trust Sid. Sid is good. Bring your spear, bring your weapons, bring your ship. Let's go and go crazy. Sid, help me, Sid. Still haven't found him? Keep your chin up. Take another look around town. What? That's it? That's all you're gonna tell me? Taking another look around town. Thanks, Sid. Thanks for nothing. Whatever. Alright, well, I guess we might as well do what he says. Let's take one last look around town. Maybe we missed something.
They'll come at you out of nowhere.
Who are you?
And they'll keep on coming at you, as long as you continue to wield the Keyblade. But why? Why would it choose a kid like you?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Never mind. Now, let's see that Keyblade.
What? There's no way you're getting this.
Alright, then have it your way.
Oh, wow. Threatening matters, and he's throwing fireballs at us. Here we are, forced into a fight with, this guy. This is Leon, whose original name is Squall Leonhard, who made his appearance in Final Fantasy VIII back in 1999 as the main character. So, Leon is a swordman who wields the Gunblade, which is basically a sword attached to the handle of a gun. A little awkward, I would say, to hold, but still pretty cool nonetheless. Back to the journal entry. His real name is Squall Leonhard. He escaped to Travers Town when the Heartless raided his homeworld. To part with his old self, a man who had been helpless to stop them, he changed his name. Since meeting the king, who has been so vigilant against the Heartless, Leon has sought the truth behind the key. So the journal entry pretty much gives an explanation on why he changed his name from Squall to Leon, because he feels guilty for not being able to stop the Heartless in his hometown. It was also done by the producers because when you read Mickey's letter in the beginning, Mickey said, "Find Leon," and it would have pretty much been a spoiler if it said, "Find Squall." Another interesting point is pay attention to Leon's back. There's a few shots of it, so you'll be able to see it as we go along. You will see two red wings. Those wings actually represent Rinoa, Squall's love interest from Final Fantasy VIII, and it heavily implies that something happened to her when Leon's homeworld got destroyed. Probably another reason why he changed his name and why he is so, hell-bent on destroying the Heartless and bringing peace and order to the world and things along that ways. Squall's always been like that in Final Fantasy VIII, a little brutish, a little, I wouldn't want to say self-centered, but quiet into himself. But once he has a goal and once he has a mission in mind, there's not much that can stop him. In order to take on Leon here, I highly advise you keep moving and keep your combos down to 1 or 2 hits apiece. He loves to counterattack you really quickly, and as you can see, granted this is Proud Mode, so he's doing a lot more damage, he will take you down quickly. You do not need to win this fight in order to move forward. I just choose to because I want the experience, plus he gives you an item later on after you're done with the events of Travers Town the first visit, if you end up beating him. So there's rewards for beating him, but if you don't worry about it. You're going to be able to move on with the story anyway. I advise that once he starts firing up his fireball technique to try to get close to him, dodge the fireball, and you should be able to get a pretty good combo off of him from there. There we go, we beat him. Strength up.
No way. I can lose.
That's right, we beat you. Ha!
Now you're gonna get...
Ouch.
Oh, you're slipping, Leon.
I went easy on him. Looks like things are worse than we thought. A lot worse.
How so? We held our own pretty well, I'd have to say. Alright, so what we're watching here is an additional scene that was added to Kingdom Hearts in the final mixed version. Basically, you're going to be seeing the characters here talk. There's going to be words underneath, but there's not going to be any voices coming out. Because when this was finally brought over to America, which was done in this particular version of the game, the characters, or the voice actors that voice the characters, have grown up, their voices have changed, so it would sound completely off compared to what it's supposed to be in this game. So, It's just going to be more or less what happened to Riku while all the events were going on. And that's something that we did not get here in America when it was originally released. So here is Riku standing in a very, very unusual place, and overlooking him, a sinister character.
Gosh, there's nobody here. Sure is spooky.
Actually, I'm not scared.
Excuse me. Did the king send you?
Come on, lazy bum. Wake up. You okay?
I guess.
Those creatures that attacked you are after the Keyblade. But it's your heart they really want. Because you wield the Keyblade.
I'm so glad that you're okay, Kairi.
Kairi? Who are you talking about?
I'm the great ninja Yuffie. I think you might have overdone it, Squall.
That's Leon.
The Keyblade.
Yeah, we had to get it away from you to shake off those creatures. It turns out that's how they were tracking you.
It was the only way to conceal your heart from them. But it won't work for long. Still, hard to believe that you, of all people, are the chosen one. Well, I suppose beggars can't be choosers.
Why don't you start making sense? What's going on here?
Okay, you know there are many other worlds out there besides your castle and this town, right?
Yeah?
But they're supposed to be a secret.
They've been secret because they've never been connected. Until now. When the Heartless came, everything changed.
The Heartless?
The ones who attacked you, you remember?
Those without hearts.
The darkness in people's hearts. That's what attracts them.
And there is darkness within every heart.
Hey, have you heard of someone named Ansem?
And Sam?
He was studying the Heartless. He recorded all of his findings in a very detailed report.
Gosh, can we see it?
Its pages are scattered everywhere.
Scattered?
Too many worlds.
Oh, then maybe the king went to find them.
Yes, those were my thoughts exactly.
We've got to find him quick.
Red! First we need that key.
Fourth wall breaking!
That's right. The Keyblade.
So, this is the key.
Exactly.
The Heartless have great fear of the Keyblade. That's why they'll keep coming after you, no matter what.
Well, I didn't ask for this.
The Keyblade chooses its master, and it chose you.
So, tough luck.
How did all this happen? I remember being in my room. Wait a minute! What happened to my home? My island? Riku! Kairi!
You know what? I really don't know.
Man, Leon, you are just a bright rain of sunshine, aren't you? Squall! It's actually the only time that they used his name as well through this remainder of the game, except for the journal entry. Anyway, we have a save point over here that you need, and here's the room that we are currently being held in. We do have the Keyblade back, so don't worry about that. I'm going to try to hit this clock and see exactly what happens. Okay. It just changed the time. Whatever. Anyway, so we have another character to introduce here from a Final Fantasy game. We have Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII, a female ninja who escaped the Travers Town when her home world was taken by the Heartless. She stays strong and cheerful in any situation. She works with Leon and Aerith to unravel the secrets of the key. Yuffie was actually originally supposed to be Riku from Final Fantasy X, but because there's already a character named Riku in the game, they decided to add Yuffie. We will fight her later, much later actually, and she will use various techniques from Final Fantasy VII, a lot of her limit breaks, as well as her giant shuriken. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say about that for right now. She informs us that the Keyblade has the ability to open all sorts of locks, which makes sense because it's a key. And let's see what we can find to unlock. First thing would be this chest right here on the table. It may look different than the other chests that you've seen before, but that just means it has like a better item in it. It's really no harder or whatever to open it. It just means there's probably a better item in it. Let me refill my item stock with a bunch of these potions because we have quite a bit of fighting to do ahead of us. And I think that's pretty much it. Alright, we're quite a ways away from our next level, but at least we got the last level up from beating Leon. And I tried to hit the clock there to see if it does anything else, but it seems to be stuck at that time. Anyway, alright, that's enough. That's enough. We're done. We're done. What does this say? Bald Mountain 7-8. Wait a minute. So... oh, it's like my head. Anyway. Sooner or later, the Heartless will find you. You best prepare yourself. Well, that's the idea, I guess. Prepare myself. To fight for your life. Are you ready? I would say I'm ready. I restocked my potions and we're good to go. Yuffie, let's go join Aerith. She should be there by now with the other visitors. Leon! Oh boy.
Yuffie, go!
Yuffie!
Sora, let's go!
Physical comedy. I love you, Donald. Don't bother with the small fry. Find the leader. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing, but before we do that, we do have some new enemies in order to deal with. These are Soldier Heartless, HP 24 to 120, give you 3 to 90 experience, and they have a variety of drops, including potions, spirit shards, and protect chains. Of course, they will drop money, and they will drop HP balls as well, so they're a little bit more annoying because they're erratic, but don't worry about them, just try to take them out. We get a spirit shard, sweet! Soldiers, Heartless that emerge from various places that are brisk in their movement and rush into their opponent. However, they are not that tenacious and they often appear in numbers, though they lack teamwork. These are the first emblem Heartless we're going to run into, and you know that because they actually have that red emblem on their chest. This means that they were created artificially, unlike the shadows, which are created from purely pulling all concentration of darkness from the heart of an individual. And it'll be explained a little bit later who exactly is controlling the Heartless and what makes them do what they do and, you know, where they come from and all that other fun stuff. So, for right now, our main goal is to get to District 3. I could have probably destroyed a few more guys, but I'd rather just get there and move right along for right now. Alright, our first time in District 3, and it is awfully quiet in here, isn't it? A little too quiet.
Oh. Gosh, are these the Heartless guys?
Let's go get him! Goofy!
Okay.
Well, looks like there's no time for introduction, guys. We need to stand side by side and actually fight together. Here we go. We have a full party now. Donald and Goofy are in fighting the battle with us, and as you saw right there, Donald was able to blow apart one of the soldiers in no time using his fire spell. Donald acts very much like a wizard, and Goofy is a knight. They have a few items locked within him, but they're going to use them like crazy in the beginning, so don't get used to them healing people really quickly like that. And after the quick bout with the soldiers, as you see that went much faster with help, we go up against the boss of Travers Town. This is the Guard Armor Heartless, leader of the Heartless in Travers Town. It falls apart when it receives damage, but each part attacks individually. Sora meets Donald and Goofy for the first time just before fighting this Heartless. So as the journal entry said, each piece does attack independently, and it is made up of 3 separate types of parts. First, you have the 2 gauntlets. They have 84 HP each. They won't give you any experience, but defeating one of them will drop 15 1 HP balls, which helps in terms of healing while going through this fight. I highly recommend you taking out the gauntlets first because they have the least amount of HP out of all the pieces. Plus, they do this really annoying tornado technique that's done right there that can devastate your team very quickly. After you take out the gauntlets, concentrate on the hammer legs. So they have 196 HP each. Again, they don't give you any experience, but they will drop 15 HP balls as well. So anything in order to keep you healthy and alive. Also, don't be afraid to use those potions. After you defeat all of the limbs, it's time to concentrate on the centerpiece, the armored torso. It has 700 HP, will give you 110 experience after defeating it, and it will drop the Brave Warrior accessory afterwards. Again, each one of the pieces do act independently, but will form back into the one giant creature every so often. Don't worry about missing or whatever, because as you're swinging around the Keyblade, you're going to be hitting all the pieces, so you'll be doing multiple points of damage throughout everything as you go through the game, or you go through this fight, I should say. Also, Donald and Goofy will occasionally bite the big one. As you can see, they are right now knocked out, but that doesn't mean that they are dead. They will revitalize a portion of their health after so much time of them being knocked out. There is abilities in the game that will cause them to come back into the fight faster, but that's what makes the beginning of this game hard, because you're going up against some characters that do quite a bit of damage, and you can't really take too much punishment. You're also very limited in terms of how you can heal yourself, so you're going to have to do what you can in order to survive and dodge and run around and do everything to just get an advantage, I guess you could say. Alright, so we have taken out both gauntlets and 1 hammer leg. I don't know how it's exactly still walking, but we only have 1 to do. There's a few HP balls on the ground. Hopefully Donald and Goofy will grab them. Most times the items will go right to Sora. You're going to have Donald and Goofy touch them in order for them to actually activate as well. So I just kind of hope. Oh, he's doing his weird tornado thing. That's another technique that hurts a lot. But it's not as bad as the gauntlets, because the gauntlets will keep spinning at you, whereas he'll stop. And we beat him. We leveled up. We are awesome. This is a very overdramatic death scene for this thing. Could have just disappeared like every other Heartless we fought so far. But that's alright, we got the Brave Warrior. Very good accessory for Sora, by the way.
So, you were looking for me?
They too have been seeking the wielder of the Keyblade.
Hey, why don't you come with us? We can go to other worlds on our vessel.
I wonder if I could find Riku and Kairi.
Of course.
Are you sure?
Who knows? But we need them to come with us to help us find the kid.
Donald, you sneaky devil, you.
Sora, go with them. Especially if you want to find your friends.
Yeah, I guess.
But you can't come along looking like that. Understand?
Oh?
No frowning, no sad face, okay?
That seems like a fair
Yeah,
rule.
You gotta look funny, like us. Whoa.
This boat runs on happy faces.
Yay!
Happy?
Aww. Oh, that's good. Good stuff.
That's one funny face.
Okay, why not? I'll go with you guys.
Donald Duck.
Name's Goofy.
I'm Sora.
All for one, one for all.
Excellent. Very good. Very happy about this.
That little squirt took down that Heartless. Who'd have thought it?
This is so dark.
Power of the Keyblade. The child's strength is not his own.
Why don't we turn him into a Heartless? That'll settle things quick enough.
And the brats friends are the king's lackeys.
slug on the ice, then I'll build tracks by the look of them.
You're no prize yourself.
Shut up!
Enough! The Keyblade has chosen him. Will it be he who conquers the darkness? Or will the darkness swallow him? Either way, he could be quite useful.
Make sure you're prepared for the journey ahead of you. We don't know how far the Heartless have spread. Check out the shops here. They got some pretty neat stuff. This is from all of us. 500 money! Yes! Sweet. Spend it as you see fit, all in one place. Does Travers Town have a strip club? Meet you there, Earth. And this is from Leon. And we get an elixir. That's what you get for beating him before from that battle. So good luck from Yuffie. Hope you find your friends from Aerith. And Squall says, look out for each other. Keep your spirits up. Alright, some words of encouragement along the way. The gummy ship is outside that gate. Again, that's the best Donald voice I can do, I'm sorry. You can teleport to the gummy ship from save points, but not all save points will bring you there, as I have mentioned. I think I mentioned before, whatever, it doesn't matter. You would go into it as if you would save and everything, and then it would just say gummy ship, and you'd board it, and that would be that. The what?
That's our ship.
Wait till you see it.
Hold on. Sora, this is for you.
We attained the power of fire. We've learned the magic spell fire, our first magic. Awesome. So now that's going to be preset to a shortcut button through the customization. It uses MP, and others will restore MP as we go through the game. So, and then it also be restored by hitting characters. You'll build up your MP charges, so that's really good. Now you can use magic too. Goofy, give him that other thing. What?
You know.
Oh yeah. And we get from Goofy one of the single most important abilities in this game, dodge roll. And of course we already know how to equip abilities because I did it with Slapshot before. This one is actually assigned to square, so as you hit square you'll do the dodge roll. And yeah, pretty much that. Abilities allow you to do all sorts of things. Guess we should look for them along the way, huh? Plus we'll learn them as we level up. Okay, is that it? Let's get going.
Not till we're ready.
Well, I see big adventures coming their way. Looks like it's up to me to keep track of it all in my journal. And so that opens up the Jiminy Journal, the thing that I said that I was going to complete by the end of the game. And you'll know it's complete because there'll be a big Mickey head on it. And in the journal, it'll give you various information about things like Chronicles, which is a storyline, characters that we meet, and then it'll show Dalmatians and a few other things along the way as well, in order to keep track of all the little things that you're going to want to complete throughout the game. And I'm going to call it right here because it's been a long episode. We had a lot that we got done. And in the next one, we have a few more things that we're going to get done in Travers Town. Now that we have our friends and whatnot, we're going to get ready in order to explore the vast universe of worlds out there. And we'll see what the next section of the game is. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to rate and comment down below, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can get equipped with me, MetalBlade427. Until the next time, everyone, where we continue our adventure and move on to someplace new, you have a good one. I will catch you all later.